If you work in corporate America, you might see that from time to time your company calls on consultants. Typically, consultants are brought in for expertise, transformations, or specific bodies of work, and they always get the job done. Why? Consultants have some of the best practices when it comes to operating in the workplace. And today, I'm going to go over 5 things consultants do to enhance the ways you work too. Hey there, I'm Lindsay, a consultant who has worked at companies like Disney and Nike, and this is Corporate from My Couch, where I help you gain the capabilities and confidence to conquer corporate America. Now, the first tip I'm going to share with you is going to sound rudimentary, but it has to be said because a majority of workplaces do not follow this simple yet effective step. Tip 1, when creating any meeting, ensure there is an agenda. Your agenda should include an objective, what you want to happen as a result of the meeting. Now, typically a meeting can fall into one of 3 categories. 1, to inform, 2, to make a decision, and 3, an exchange of ideas, problem solve, or brainstorm. It sounds like a no-brainer, but I assure you that if you master this skill, you will gain respect for being organized and efficient. Tip 2, set your leader up for success. Some call this managing up, however, that can have a negative connotation. Think about it this way. Consultants always view their client as the lead star in the story. As a consultant, we are the fairy godmother. We come in with a sprinkle of magic. We are the mentor with wisdom, helping to shape a better outcome for Cinderella, the client. We are the helpers, not the owners. Now, what does setting them up for success look like? Well, that requires doing all the steps ahead of time. Try to think 2 steps ahead of your leader so that all they have to do is the decision making. Bring in the data or the insights that they might need to make a decision. Provide your point of view as a recommendation, but let this be their journey. So for example, if they make a choice that wasn't your recommendation, walk away knowing that this is not your story. They are the lead character. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified when I share more insights. Tip 3, be a chameleon. Chameleons are able to adapt and change in different environments and do it quickly for their own survival. Similarly, consultants are able to jump into any new project at any company while building rapport with new team members quickly and effectively. Change is a part of our world, and with technology, the rate in which change happens is only going to get faster and faster. The more adaptable you can be, the more chameleon-like, the more successful you will be in corporate America. When you are on a new project or a new team, take a few moments to set up dialogues around the way in which people like to work and how they want to communicate. By understanding people's preferences, you can adapt your behaviors to match them and gain trust from your team members much more quickly. Tip 4, templatize everything. The real reasons consultants can work so quickly is that they have a template for almost everything they do. And if they don't have one, they make them. So for example, though my projects often change from time to time, I am consistently still doing the same things. So for example, once I'm assigned to a project, I usually need to do a discovery meeting. I have a template meeting invite to set up those discovery calls, so I don't have to start from scratch each time I conduct one of those calls. I also have some pre-populated questions that are more or less generally what the conversation tends to be about. So I send this as a pre-read. Throughout my work, I am expected to also have check-in meetings to walk through the status of my work with my clients. So I have a template that I can populate for that. Now the information is different, yes, but the structure in which that information is shared is the same. I'm curious, in your work, what can you templatize? Let me know in the comments below. All right, we've made it to tip 5, which I think is one of the best ways to help you manage your career consistently. Update your resume. A consultant bounces from project to project, and when they are rolling off one project, they have to pitch themselves to get a new project. One of the ways they do this is by updating their resume and tailoring it for the work that they want. Sometimes the resume is also used for a statement of work for the client, because they want to see who's working on the project and what experience they have. The key takeaway here: update your resume should be a consistent activity, not one for just when you want a job. If you wait until you want to apply for a job, you're going to forget some of the key work you've done, and it's hard to remember it when you are so frantically trying to prepare for a job that you desire. Every 6 months to a year, I recommend pulling up your resume and updating it. You can keep multiple versions too, because depending on what job you apply for, you'll want to tailor your resume accordingly. Have one resume which includes highlights from every project you've worked on, so that when you are ready to apply for a job, you can quickly tailor that resume down to fit the job description of the role you are actively applying for. This is going to make your life way less stressful when the time actually comes when you want to apply for a job. Trust me. I'm curious, what tip are you most excited about? Why? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and if you are in need for specific coaching for your career, let me know in the comments below.